In the realm of fame, few individuals are born into such brilliance that the world pays attention before they even utter their first word. Blue Ivy Carter is one of those rare phenomena. Born to global icons Beyoncé and Jay-Z on January 7, 2012, Blue Ivy's arrival was more than just a celebrity birth. It was a cultural event. Now, at just 13, she is already shaping her own narrative, not as a shadow of her parents, but as a force forging a unique path grounded in grace, artistic expression, and the deliberate power of legacy. Growing up in the public, I could easily distort childhood. But Blue Ivy's journey has been defined by a balance of protection and quiet emergence. Her earliest years were relatively shielded, punctuated by rare public appearances and heavily curated glimpses into her life. Yet even as a toddler, she was making headlines, becoming the youngest person to ever appear on a Billboard chart thanks to her cameo on Jay-Z's Glory, released just days after her birth. Her coos and cries weren't just background noise. They were the soundtrack to her legacy's first beat. As the daughter of two of the most influential artists in history, expectations for Blue Ivy were never modest. But what has emerged over the years is a young woman stepping confidently into her potential, choosing when and how to share her voice. That voice, poised, intelligent, and expressive, first truly turned heads with her narration in the audiobook of Hair Love, the Oscar-winning short film by Matthew A. Cherry. The project wasn't just a cute moment of celebrity child participation. It was a meaningful contribution to a story about Black identity and self-love. For many, it was the first clear sign that Blue Ivy wasn't just a symbol. She was a storyteller. Then came her moment on Beyoncé's Black is King, where she featured in the visual album not merely as a background figure, but as an intentional piece of the creative tapestry. Draped in couture and framed in regal symbolism, Blue Ivy embodied the project's themes of lineage, heritage, and celebration. Her presence in the Grammy-winning Brown Skin Girl video became especially iconic, earning her the 2021 Grammy Award for Best Music Video. At just 9 years old, she became one of the youngest Grammy winners in history. Yet, accolades are not the heart of Blue Ivy's story. Her influence stems from how naturally she channels the dual energy of royalty and relatability. Whether she's dancing alongside her mother on the Renaissance World Tour or lip-syncing to a TikTok sound like any teenager, Blue Ivy has cultivated an image that is grounded in humility and shaped by intentional creativity. She's not performing for attention. She's sharing space in an artistic legacy. Behind the curated images and performances lies a thoughtful upbringing. Beyoncé and Jay-Z have both spoken about instilling values of dignity, identity, and privacy into their children. Blue Ivy attends one of Los Angeles' top private schools, reportedly excels in the arts, and is involved in creative writing and dance. She is growing up in a household where art is not just consumed, but lived, and where Black excellence is not a slogan, but a standard. In 2024, Blue Ivy took a more prominent step into the creative spotlight by co-creating a limited edition visual journal titled Roots and Wings, in collaboration with a young team of writers and artists. The project, rooted in themes of ancestry, belonging, and voice, featured poetry, photography, and reflections, some of which she penned herself. The journal sold out within hours of its release, and literary critics praised its sincerity and emotional maturity. It wasn't just a product. It was a signal that Blue Ivy was beginning to define her own platform. That same year, she appeared in Woven Gold, a short documentary series on Hulu highlighting young Black creatives. Blue Ivy's segment focused on her experiences balancing identity and public scrutiny. One moment that stood out was her reflection on growing up in the echoes of stadiums and how she was learning to dance with pressure rather than run from it. The episode was widely shared on social media, prompting conversations about generational legacy, privilege, and the evolution of fame. Blue Ivy's journey also carries weight because of the expectations placed on Black girls in public spaces. Often, young Black women are overexposed and underprotected, scrutinized with a harshness their white counterparts seldom face. Yet Blue Ivy, with the support of her family and the boundaries they've enforced, has become a model for how a young Black girl can exist joyfully, creatively, and safely in fame. Her natural hair, once mocked by internet trolls during her toddler years, has become a powerful symbol of defiance and pride. Her confidence is not born of arrogance, but of intentional affirmation. In 2025, Blue Ivy surprised many by enrolling in a youth leadership initiative led by the Sean Carter Foundation. The program focused on community building, social impact, and entrepreneurial strategy. Friends close to the family shared that Blue Ivy has expressed interest in starting a youth arts fund aimed at helping underrepresented young artists receive scholarships and mentorship. While the initiative is still in early planning stages, it marks a meaningful shift in her trajectory, from muse to mentor, from legacy to leader. That same year, she voiced a character in a Disney Plus animated feature about a magical griot, African storyteller, who saves their village through rhythm and memory. The film was praised for its cultural authenticity and included a soundtrack featuring original compositions by both Beyoncé and Blue Ivy. It's a fitting next step, storytelling through voice, music, and heritage, elements that have defined her life from day one. Yet for all her public accomplishments, it's the personal moments that continue to humanize her most. A viral photo of her enjoying a birthday cupcake backstage, or her playful moments during a Lakers game with Jay-Z, remind fans that she's still a teenager navigating middle school, friendships, and finding herself. She's a girl who might quote Maya Angelou one moment and blast Megan Thee Stallion the next. Faith and family remain her foundation. In a rare interview published in Essence, Beyoncé reflected on Blue Ivy's spiritual grounding, describing her daughter as intuitive, prayerful, and wise beyond her years. The Carter family often attends private services, and Blue Ivy has reportedly taken interest in journaling and meditation. Her inner world, though largely private, seems rich with reflection. By age 13, Blue Ivy Carter is already a cultural figure with global recognition, but her influence lies not in how famous she is, but in how she handles that fame, with thoughtfulness, creativity, and quiet power. She is not simply inheriting a dynasty, she's redefining what to do with it. As society grows increasingly fascinated by the intersection of celebrity, youth, and social consciousness, Blue Ivy stands as an example of what can happen when legacy meets intention. Her journey is not one of manufactured stardom, but of organic, steady growth rooted in identity and vision. Whether she continues in music, education, activism, or something entirely her own, one thing is certain: she will do it on her own terms. Blue Ivy Carter's rise is not just a continuation of her parents' brilliance. It's a new chapter in Black girl excellence, one that is unfolding in real time, with every poem, every song, and every moment of self-expression. She's not just Beyoncé's daughter anymore. She's a voice, a dreamer, and, already, a blueprint for a new kind of star. Thanks for walking with us through the story of a young icon in the making. Stay inspired, keep creating, and never underestimate the power of legacy born with purpose. Would you like to include more about her recent creative projects, upcoming philanthropic efforts, or media appearances?